So here we are with the runner side drafting event, once more taken from the Worcester Man Elite tournament held on the 14th of June 2014. Again, just to remind you, this is a cube event, so you have one of every pack, one core set, and one of each deluxe pack. I was quite happy with how the Corp draft went, and we're going to go straight on now to the runner draft, which always feels a little bit easier. There's certainly a lot less to consider in terms of ice mix-up, agenda mix-up, and economy. Really what you're looking for here is as much economy as you can possibly cram in the deck, and some efficient breakers if possible. A couple of good, nice, juicy events. My opening hand here, as you can see, is not ideal. I have drafted, there's a doppelganger there, which is probably the best of a bad bunch, to be honest. The Morning Star is somewhat tempting, but I don't know how many multi-subroutines we're going to really be running up against. Passport isn't too bad either, but it's centrals only. I'm going to take the doppelganger. It's a good early doors console, multiple runs, could be useful, especially if I get the chance to draft a data sucker or something of that ilk. So the pheromones there as an imp, which would be tempting, which is going to the front. A snowball, maybe. I think there the Aesops is also another good option. So those are the three choices I'm umming and ahhing between: the imp, the Aesops, and the snowball. I don't think there's a huge amount else really there to consider. Not the best hand, to be honest. I'm certainly not going backbiter route. And again, I'm familiarising myself with half the cards, but I'm going to take the imp. Again, we know people are going to be running pad campaigns, so imp becomes quite strong. I do apologise for keep knocking the camera there. Retrieval run, not a bad option, which is going to the front of the deck, so I'm glad I'm in agreement. The zoo isn't bad either, and neither is Queen's Gambit, though it's a bit of a gamble. A gambit, you might say, in fact. So those are the choices that I'm choosing between at the moment. The zoo is a really nice, strong, cheap co-gate breaker there. But the retrieval run does let me bring out Crypsis, and it gives me a little bit of recovery from program trashing. I think I probably should go for the zoo here, but I have a feeling I'm going to go for the retrieval run. I think that's probably a mistake. I think probably the zoo was a better option. But that's oh blimey! Why couldn't I have this hand to start with? So some much better options here. Vamp is going to be awesome. I think there's a Vamp or a Nerve Agent. I can never choose between the two. Obviously, Data Sucker is staying right there in the front, or having already drafted a Doppelganger. Data Sucker could do some fantastic work, and it's just great with the Crypsis as well. Professional Contact's another sweet economy card. Deep Red, not going to be great unless I draft a whole bunch of knights and bishops and so on, rooks and so forth, but Data Sucker I'll use every day of the week, so I will take that Data Sucker with glee and reckless abandon. Another passport there, an Ice Carver, tempting. The Ice Carver isn't going to be a bad card by any stretch of the imagination. A Compromised Employee, which is another card which I'd be tempted to take. Frame Job, not so interested in. But the Ice Carver, strength lowered by 1 with Crypsis, not bad. Not bad. That's that's a significant saving. It's a good economy card there, and it costs 3 to play, and it's easy to get the value out of that. Inti, not really too worried about. I think it's my opening hand, isn't it? A lot of mem chips, which I'll probably take here because there's nothing else really to choose from. The Inti isn't any better than a Crypsis, so I'll just leave that there. Pawn, no good. Eureka, yeah, not going to go for Eureka. So that really does leave the mem chip options. I can't remember which one they are. That's the one that came in on profit that trashes if a program trashes. I might as well take that. I haven't got any program trashing at the moment. I'm not expecting to see a huge amount of it, so I'll take that one. Wow, that hand is absolutely awful. Doesn't matter what I pick here. It is literally just the case of best of a bad bunch. That is a bad hand. Like I say, Theophilus Bagbiter, or however you want to pronounce it, not tempting. Faint's not tempting. And what's the other card there? I can't remember now. Again here, not brilliant. Recon, maybe. At least with Recon, you don't get hit hard by nasty stuff. It's not the end of the world, I suppose. But looks like I'm going to take the. Is that False Echo? I think that's False Echo. Yeah, False Echo. So again, whenever I pass a piece of unres dice, I can trash it to res it or add it to HQ. But not great. Probably not going to play it. And we move on to the second pack. See a Ninja, which isn't too shabby. Crash Space, which is also very tempting. A Clone Chip, which is good. A Gordian Blade, which is another great card, and that's going straight to the front. The Gordian Blade could do some great work there. The Crash Base also, yeah, again. Yeah, Crash Base is great tag prevention in this sort of a nice situation. I'm not expecting anyone to get more than one scorched, so the Crash Base should alleviate that for me, and just mean that I can run with a little bit less fear of a scorched earth out of nowhere. The Ninja's decent, and I have got a Data Sucker, so it could be really useful. And the Breach is going to be pretty sweet as well. I'd like to draft all 4 of those cards. I'm taking the Crash Base. I think, again, probably an error. I probably should have taken the Gordian Blade there. Was a better option. Quest completed, Infiltration, a Personal Touch. If I had drafted some Darwins, I'd probably be tempted to take the Personal Touch there, but I haven't drafted any Darwins. So Infiltration really is looking like the only real option, to be honest. Eureka, no. Crescentus isn't a bad option either. But I'm going to take the Infiltration. At the very least, it means that I can save some money, potentially, before going in headlong in a server. Oh, another awesome hand. Oh, yeah, great. A Grimoire, a Scrubber, a Professional Contact, a Maker's Eye, a Hemorrhage. Looks like the same old thing at the back as well there, yeah. I haven't got any great events, but I would quite like to just draft that whole pack, please. And so those are the 2 I'm deciding between. Multi-Access is obviously very strong in the draft format. Professional Contacts is going to supply some much needed economy and a means to accelerate through the deck. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one. I'm thinking Professional Contacts. No, I'm not. I'm thinking Maker's Eye. Yeah, I still don't know which is the best shout. I think Maker's Eye is probably the best shout. Probably right. Data Fleet Reversal, which is nice. Another same old thing. A Joshua B. Kind of wish the Joshua B and the Data Fleet Reversal were in different packs. The chances of that Joshua B making its way around back to me is incredibly slim. But having said that, the Data Fleet Reversal could be very sweet. Again, it's another way of getting multi-access, and it's a great threat to put on the board before you're tagged. So those are the choices. I've got Tag Prevention and Decoy, Joshua B or Data Fleet Reversal. I think I picked Data Fleet Reversal here, and I think it's probably the right shout out of the bunch. If someone sticks down a Data Raven, I could potentially make it count in my favour. So I'll take the Data Fleet Reversal, even if I'm not sure yet if I'm going to play with it or not. But there's still plenty of time. We're not even halfway through yet. So Morningstar made its way around. Added a Nerve Agent and a Rook, which is another great option. Oh wow, yeah, there's some great cards in this pack as well. A Cyber Feeder there, which is economy as well. Can use it for installing the Data Sucker. Woo! 2 Cyber Feeders, in fact. Oh, and I'm going to nudge the camera a bit more. The Nerve Agent is brilliant. Again, it's going to be multi-access in HQ. So, some really good options there. It's a choice between Cyber Feeder, I think, and the Nerve Agent, and I'm going to take a Cyber Feeder because I need some economy at the very least. The Clone Chip's made its way all around, as is the Breach. And I think, yeah, it's going to probably have to be Breach. The Clone Chip's tempting, but I haven't got any Parasites or anything that I really would be desperate to recur, so I'll take the Breach. It's a good option, it's a strong barrier breaker, and even if it only on Centrals, it'll do. So here, again, no real choices there, pretty awful. Calling in Favours isn't going to do me any good here, so I'll just take the link in the mem chip. Again, I'd be surprised if I even bother playing it, to be honest. But it's better than nothing, so I'll take it. I'm debating between the quest completed. I guess, again, the quest completed could be sensible. I don't know how many times I'm going to be able to make 3 successful runs on Centrals. But, they could think a remote is safe, and I could run on all 3 Centrals, and then suddenly, boom. Realistically, how much ice people are going to have. So I'm going to take the quest completed. Wow, okay. Going big or going home. So a Sasha Harazard, or whatever it is. Can host any number of programs and games once, so it is economy, but it's risky economy. And there again, rubbish, both rubbish. So I'll take whatever, fine. What am I left with? Yeah, great. Tag removal, yeah, whatever. Fine. Not a bad hand, not a bad start. I've got the Maker's Eye, which is sweet. I've got an Imp there to play with. I've got a Data Sucker. I've got some pretty sweet cards. Those are the ones I'm not going to be playing with. A Crash Base and Infiltration, not bad. A DLR maybe, Cyber Feeder. Some good cards, some sensible cards there. I'm quite happy overall with with the half the draft so far. So let's have a look and see what we're left with in pack number 3. Lawyer up, a Torch, a Garrot, so big breaker suite here. Yogg, ooh, grappling hook. There's some good cards here. There's some good breakers. The Yogg gotta be tempting. That's why it's gone straight to the front. The Garrot's probably tempting as well. Battering ram, probably not too interested in that. Pawn again, not too interested in that. Not going to the Cortez chip. I think it's Yogg really here. Oh no, sorry, I tell a lie. A Trimath contract. So, you know, that is a mini opus there, and although it's got a risk of you know, the meat damage, that's not really that bad a risk. So I mean, I need the economy cards here. Being able to click each turn, you know, click for 2 each turn, is not a bad shout. So it's between the Yogg and the Trimath. It's a tough choice. Oh, I don't know what I'd go for here, sitting back and watching it, to be honest. I take the Trimath, as I knew I would, but yeah, I'm not sure. What do you think there, folks? So let me know. Would you take the Yogg or would you take the Trimath? Having, you know, seen what I've drafted already. It was a tough decision, there's no denying that. But I'll take the economy any day of the week. So let's see what we get next. Should still be some sweet stuff. Another Torch, Underworld Contacts, which could be very good. A Fairy. Oh, a Keyhole. Oh, a Planned Assault. Xanadu. An Escher. Oh my word, there's some fantastic cards in that hand. The Keyhole goes straight to the front, and I think it's a pretty obvious choice, though. The Fairy is another tempting option. But Keyhole can be absolutely devastating. It's multi-access. It's just the means of hammering, absolutely hammering R&D there, so I will snatch that Keyhole every day of the week. I've got satellite uplink there, which isn't too bad. Another mem chip, alias, nothing really else too tempting there. So I think it's probably going to be satellite uplink, almost certainly. Oh, a Logos, that's not a bad option either. So, you know, it's between those two, I think. I'm not planning on trashing a huge amount of programs, so freelance coding contract isn't going to do a huge amount. So, you know, it's the choice between some Infiltrate and another console to use. Potentially a great console as well in draft. Going and fetching, you know, a card, any kind of tutoring really is going to be strong. I think I take the satellite uplink here, but again, I feel in retrospect, I probably should have taken the console and taken the taken Logos. For the extra memory, especially because now I've drafted a Keyhole. But I've been past a Nerve Agent here, so that's a no-brainer, I think. You know, Dinosaurus not too tempting. E3 maybe, but no, I think, you know, there's only one choice there, and that's Nerve Agent. Got some great programs here. I've got no means of tutoring them, which is unfortunate, but I'm not unhappy at all. So here we are left with Uber Crap Hand. Nothing there that's even remotely tempting. So, oh, Space Well for kicks, maybe? No. I think I'm giving this far too much thought when it's quite clearly a hand that is irredeemable. I think I'm going to take the LLDS processor, but it's not really worth... Oh, I'm going to take the bodysuit just in case someone puts down a dedicated response team. Okay, fair enough. I don't think I play it, so whatever really. Garrot Lawyer up. New Angeles Hall. Yeah, so it's probably going to be the Garrot here, I'd imagine. Again, I don't know if I play it. It's 2 memory, and I've already got quite a lot of memory in the deck. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the memory space to actually be able to go in and use that, to be honest. So, yeah, it's either that or Lawyer Up, but again, I think Lawyer Up's going to be edge here without any account siphons. I don't think I'm really going to need, so I think, again, the choice there is fairly obvious. I'm going to take the Garrot, and again, whether I use it or not is irrelevant. It's still the best card in that pack, and I'll take it. So I've got a Xanadu there, which I've been left, and an Escher. Oh, that's a good pack. It's a good pack. So it's between the Escher and the Xanadu. I was surprised to see an Escher go around that far. And also, again, that Xanadu is pretty sweet in such a game which is, you know, draft is not got heaps of economy, you know. They're kind of reliant on pad campaigns or Armitage. Oh, 2 really strong options. I can't remember what, I think I take the Xanadu here, but I think Escher is probably the best shout. Being able to shuffle all that ice around is sweet. Oh, I do take the Escher. I think that's the right call. I was surprised to see it go around that far. Again, nothing here really that tempting. I'll take the early bird because at least it does something in the deck. And again, I've got a doppelganger, let's not forget, so you know, if I see the doppelganger and an early bird, I'm laughing, I say. So again, no real choices there. I'll take the sacrificial construct just in case I see some trashy. And I'm left with the feint, I think it is, from Honour and Profit. Again, I'm trying to remember half these cards as well at the same time as actually being able to do it. So yeah, feint it is indeed. So that's not a bad draft. Again, I've got a Nerve Agent, which I'm really happy with. Anyway, we're on to the last pack. So I've got oh, an SMC. Ooh, nice. With all my one-off programs, that's very strong. I've already drafted a Nerve Agent, a Keyhole. I've got a Data Sucker on the board. I think SMC here is, again, the obvious choice. Not tempted by Blackguard particularly. Xanadu is obviously, again, another nice option, but SMC all the way, especially with the programs that I've already drafted. So, you know, that's basically like putting 2 Keyholes in my deck, 2 Data Suckers and so forth. Snitch could be quite good here, not a bad option. I'm certainly not drafting Aurora or Snowball, I don't think I really need to. Freelance Coding Contract, again, not interested in. Zoo, another good option. Let's see what else there is. Oh, a Shutdown. Oh, yeah, and a Scrubber. Some really good cards there. I think I'm probably going to take the Shutdown. But again, another pack with some good options. The Zoo is another one I would love to have drafted. Take all the doggies. But I'm going to take the Emergency Shutdown here. Again, de-resing Big Ice could be game winning, so I'll take the Emergency Shutdown, even though I haven't drafted any same old things or anything, which is a bit of a shame now at this stage, but what can you do? It's a Crescentus, not a bad option. Quality Time, not too bad either. Deus Ex, I'm not expecting to worry about net damage too much. I think the Crescentus here is, again, the easy option, particularly because I've drafted an SMC, so it's another one of those programs I can go and fetch when I need to. A Diesel here, great option. Atman, oh, tasty. Sharpshooter, some pad campaigns. Oh, some really good cards in that one as well. Just a bit, always hit and miss between what you get in each pack. There's a Darwin as well there. Might be a little bit late in the day for Darwin. But I am very conscious of the fact that I'm very light on breakers here. I'm far more reliant on tricks. I'm going to be very reliant on Crypsis. And I think here I'm umming and ahhing between the obviously Diesel provides me a lot more reliability, but Darwin and Atman can give me some really good solutions, especially Atman. I think I'd take the Atman here without question. I'm surprised I'm umming and ahhing over it, but Atman is definitely the strongest option there. Again, let's not forget I have got a Data Sucker to use as well. Another Sharpshooter, another Darwin, and an Underworld Contact. I haven't drafted any Link, so the Underworld Contact isn't going to do a huge amount of good for me, but I think I'm going to take the Darwin there. Again, it's just another good option that puts the pressure on the corpse side. Another Xanadu. I haven't drafted any yet, but this may be the one I do. A Blackmail. I'm not expecting to see a huge amount of Bad Pup. So this was my opening hand, I believe, so I'll probably take the Xanadu there. It's not too difficult a choice. And let's see what else we've got. So Snitch has made its way round, as has Scrubber. So those are the 2 choices for me there. And I'll take the Scrubber quite quickly again in a draft event that's going to be full of pad campaigns and asset-based economy. Scrubber will do good work, very good work. I was surprised to see it come all the way around again. So I'm very happy so far to see what I've drafted. It's been a good round, this one, as you can see. Those are all good cards, and I'm quite pleased so far with my runner deck. I feel that it's halfway sensible. So my camera's focusing in and out at the moment. I do apologise. It's because I'm just busy stuffing my face full of crispy M&Ms, and who could blame me? And after that, I have a lovely Kinder Bueno, some Rolos. Oh, marvellous. Yes, indeed. And that is why you can see my belly in frame, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be because I'm scoffing my way through an absurd amount of chocolate over the course of the day. You've got to keep your energy levels up somehow, you know. So definitely got a bit of a backlog here, waiting for my next pack of cards to come through, so I'm expecting this to be a good hand. I don't know why he was delaying quite so much there. So yeah, I'll take the Raymond Flint, because at the very least it's an expose. It's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, or a blunt one. So let's see what we've got next. Pad campaigns or pad campaign? Oh, I'll take a pad campaign, thank you very much. It's not a bad card either. And I'm left with a Deep Thought, which isn't a bad card to be left with, actually. I'm not unhappy with that. You're looking at the top card of R&D, could potentially be awesome. So that's the end of the draft. We're going to bring you the rounds of Swiss now. Do stay tuned. Thank you for watching.